to Intermediate Level English Language Arts. Okay, now we move on to the first lesson, reviewing the different kinds of sentences. What would we be expecting for this lesson? Where we'll be having two objectives, right? The first one would be review the different kinds of sentences, and then differentiate tricky sentences. Those are the objectives for this lesson. All right. So, first things first, all right? We have to first understand what are sentences, or what. Let's try to remember, let's try to recall, let's try to review what are sentences. Again, sentences, guys, these are a group of words. A group of words with a subject and a predicate, and they have a complete thought. These are the three important criteria that you have, the three important criteria that you have for a sentence. It should be a group of words, it should be able to have a subject and a predicate, and it also should have a complete thought. Now, sentences could be classified by either the kinds or their structures. Alright, when you say structure, this is how it's built, how it's made. Alright? So you are defining sentences by the different kinds of sentences and how they're built. There are 4 different kinds of sentences, alright? And there are 4 different structures. But for this lesson, we're only going to be studying the three different structures compared to the 4. We will leave out one of it because it's a little bit complicated. We will be studying that next school year. Alright, now, let's go first to the 4 different kinds of sentences. I hope you guys are familiar with this already, right? I hope that you still recall this from your previous lessons before. Grade 4, right? What are these? You have 4, declarative, you have interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. Declarative sentences, these are sentences that end with a period. Okay. They declare or state the fact, truth, or opinion. Your ELA teacher is handsome. That's declarative. It's stating an opinion, a fact, or a truth. It's stating something. Interrogative, sentences that end with a question mark. They interrogate or they question. You ask with interrogative, right? Is your ELA teacher really super handsome? Interrogative. Imperative, on the other hand, these are sentences that either end with a period or an exclamation mark. Take note, they could end with a period or exclamation mark. These are used to give requests or commands. Now, be very, very careful with imperative sentences because even if it ends with an exclamation mark, it is not exclamatory. If it gives a command or a request, it is still imperative. Don't forget that. Next, for exclamatory, these are sentences that end with exclamation marks. They exclaim or say something with emotions, usually strong and forceful emotions. Alright. So, here are some examples of different sentences that are commonly misinterpreted. We have run, go, help, stop, listen. They end with an exclamation mark, right? But are they exclamatory? Look at the sentences again. Is it giving a command? Yes, it is. Run, go, help, stop, listen. These are imperative sentences. Don't forget, even if they end with an exclamation mark. Because certain times, or there are times wherein you can give a command or request with a lot of emotion, with a lot of force, right? Okay. Now you might be asking, but is this really a sentence? I mean, where's the subject? Right? It's just one word. Run, go, help, stop, listen. It was stated a while ago that sentences should have a subject and a predicate, and that they should be a group of words. How come we're only looking at one word here? Well, the answer is simple. The subjects, guys, they're there. They're just invisible. You, over there, oh. Look, you. They're there. They're just only invisible. These sentences, right, are there with subjects that are invisible. So that means it's implied already. Usually for imperative sentences, the subject is already you. Usually, right? So when you give a command, you need not to tell the name of the person you're giving a command to. No, you are merely just talking to the person. That's how imperative sentences work. Next, We also have exclamatory sentences. But then again, are these exclamatory sentences? Ouch! Wow! Oh! Ah! Sorry! Are these exclamatory sentences? Take note. Remember, sentences should be a group of words with a subject and a predicate. Is this a group of words? No, they're not. You might say, Sir Vince, maybe they're just like imperative sentences with invisible subjects. Well, let me tell you this, kids. These are not imperative sentences, or these are not like imperative sentences with invisible subjects. No, no, no. Rather, kids, what you call these are called interjections. And interjections are used, they're usually like expressions, right? They can be used alone because people would understand it immediately, right? They go give a complete thought, but they are not sentences. No, no, no. So next time you see these words, right, never think, oh, that's an exclamatory sentence. Nope, they are not. All right? Next. Okay? So these are the different kinds. What about the structures? Remember, I said there are 4, but we will only be discussing 3. The 3 structures that we're going to be discussing would be simple sentences, compound sentences, and complex sentences. All right. Let's go with the very first one. Simple sentences. Basically, kids, simple sentences, they have one pair of subjects or predicates. Remember, there could be more than one simple subject or more than one simple predicate. These are what you call compound subjects or compound predicates. So even if there's a compound subject and a compound predicate, if they're just combined together, or this is just a pair, they come as a pair, that is a simple sentence. How about a compound sentence? A compound sentence is made up of 2 subjects and 2 predicates, 2 pairs of subjects and two pairs of subjects and predicates. All right? They're combined by coordinating conjunctions. Fanboys, remember our discussion on conjunctions, right? Coordinating conjunctions, we have for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. These are the different conjunctions that combine these things. And a compound sentence is made up of 2 independent clauses. Again, what's a clause? A clause, guys, is a group of words with a subject and a predicate but do not have a complete thought. Independent clauses are like simple sentences. But they're different. Why? Because they're a part of a much bigger sentence. Independent clauses. So, what I'm trying to say is, to keep it simple, a compound sentence basically looks like 2 simple sentences combined together by fanboys. That's it. Only have to think of that. 2 simple sentences combined by for, or and, or nor, or but, or yet, or so, or. Right? Or. Right? These are how you classify compound sentences. And then the next one, complex sentences. These are just like compound sentences. They have 2 pairs of subjects and predicates. They're combined by subordinating conjunctions. Remember your subordinating conjunctions, kids? Because although, since, and so on and so forth, there are around 50 different kinds of subordinating conjunctions. They were a lot. Okay? And to make a complex sentence, you need an independent clause and a dependent clause. These 2. Independent and a dependent clause. Alright? Now, let's look at different sentences, shall we? Let's start with simple sentences, right? The boy cooked the adobo. Okay? Here, in this first sentence, you have a subject, simple subject boy, and your simple predicate cooked, right? It's combined by just one. It's just one pair. Next, the boy and the girl cooked adobo. You have a compound subject, the boy and the girl. And it's paired with the word cooked. Next, the boy prepared and cooked the adobo. Here, you have a simple subject but a compound predicate, prepared and cooked. Okay, and it's just combined or it's just paired with boy. And then you have the combination of a compound subject and a compound predicate. The boy and the girl prepared and cooked the adobo. Even though how many subjects are there or how many predicates are there, right? So long as it's just one pair, kids, that is just a simple sentence right there. But when you make it a compound sentence, it's a different story. See, look at the examples now. I basically just used the first examples from a while ago, but then I added another sentence. Example, the boy cooked the adobo and the kids played all day. You now have 2 predicates, cooked and played. But then they have different subjects. The subject of cooked is boy, the subject of played is kids. 2 different pairs, and they are combined by the word and, coordinating conjunction. That's a compound sentence. How about the next one? The boy and the girl cooked the adobo, but the dads pitched the tent. All right. Again, same thing. You have two different predicates, but they have different subjects. You have cooked and pitched. Cooked is done by boy and girl. Pitched is done by dads. And they are combined by the word but, part of fanboys again. Next, the boy prepared and cooked the adobo, so the girl fixed the table. Again, here another example. You have two different predicates, right? The first one is prepared and cooked. This come as a pair. And then fixed. Alright? Now, fixed, the predicate of fixed is, the subject of fixed, the one who did the fixed is girl. The one who did prepared and cooked is boy. They're combined by the word so. And the last one, right? You have two different predicates again. Prepared and cooked, right? And suggested. But again, prepared and cooked is combined by the word or is prepared up with the word boy and the girl, right? And suggested is paired up with moms. And they are both combined by the word for. These are compound sentences. You notice, kids, right? The other clause after it, the kids played all day, the dads pitched the tent, the girl fixed the table, their mom suggested it. These are like separate sentences, right? But these are not sentences anymore. Rather, these are clauses, independent clauses. So when you combine again two separate sentences by using coordinating conjunctions, fanboys, basically, guys, you are creating a compound sentence. Next, what about complex? Okay. Complex and compound are slightly, they're a little bit the same, right? But unlike compound, complex sentences are combined by the words because, okay, or since, or before, or when, or all of those other 50 subordinating conjunctions out there. Okay. Same examples from a while ago, except that I use different conjunctions. This time, because of the different conjunctions, subordinating conjunctions, the other sentence over there, right? The kids played all day, the dads pitched the tent, the girl fixed the table, their mom suggested it. These are not anymore independent clauses. Rather, they are dependent clauses. Alright? If you recall from your the lesson on clauses, these are already dependent clauses because of your subordinating conjunctions. Since, because, before, when. Right? Alright. And this is how you create a complex sentence. So basically, kids, the different kinds of sentences, there are 4. Declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. But then the structure of sentences, right? There are 4 as well, but we only studied 3. Simple, compound, complex. Simple sentences, these are sentences with one pair of subject and predicates, right? Compound sentences, these are more than a pair. So there are 2 pairs of subjects and predicates, but they're combined by coordinating conjunctions or fanboys. And then, of course, complex sentences, right? Same thing. You have 2 pairs of subjects and predicates, but they are combined by subordinating conjunctions. Alright? And that pretty much ends our topic for reviewing different kinds of sentences. Take note of these because these are very important because while you structure your sentence or while you go through your different topics, even next school year, you are going to be applying and using all of which that you have learned for today. Alright?